Okay guys, just let me get comfy. So I'm back in the van, back living in the van, and that is due to certain situations I'm not going to go on about now. If you are familiar with the channel, you'll know. If you're not, check out the other videos. But I'm living in my camper van. I've just got in this van and it is a cold night. It is my first real test of winter. Maybe you can see the condensation coming from my mouth. It's cold. But I have got power stations, I have got heaters, but I'm testing out some candle heaters. And at this moment in time, I'll show you. This is one of the candle heaters I've got burning. I've just got 3 candles lit, there's 12 in there. So I suppose it's like switching the heating up and down. You can light all 12 if you really need that heat coming through, but 3 is enough. And I've used heat bricks, one at the bottom, one at the top, and metal cage candles in the middle. I've shot these videos on the channel before and it really works well. This heat brick, even with 3 candles, I was testing this the other night, gets really hot, and once this heat brick is piping hot, you can blow out these candles, you can go to bed, there's no worries. And this heat brick stays hot for, well, at least warm for hours and hot for a good hour or 2. I've tested that. It's a great way of heating the van. So it's just a chat. I just thought I'd come on and have a chat. But if you do use anything like that, make sure you have your carbon monoxide detector and fire extinguisher. Just show you there. My fire extinguisher just behind me down here. So, and have some ventilation, because candles do give out a bit of carbon monoxide, and also they do take up the oxygen, so have some ventilation. So chilling, showing you around, the little lights and all the chilling out in the van, having some comfort. I thought I'd do more of these videos in between the bigger videos, you know what I mean, just chill out. But tonight is the first test of winter because it's the coldest night so far. And it's a storm, it's a named storm. I can't remember the name, I'm not going to guess in case I get it wrong, but it is wild out there. There's 80-mile-an-hour gusts on this van. It seems to have settled down a little bit just now. Maybe you can hear that. I am parked up on the drive of the house where my son Cade lives and my son's mum Tara. We're not together as a couple now, but we are mum and dad, and I parked up here because I weren't going to say, but if you are new to the channel, Cade, that is my son, his mum has been in hospital for quite a while with a few issues. She's back now, so I thought I could park this van up. I've got the little baby monitors running, I can hear the household. Any problems with Cade or Tara, I can be straight back in the house in seconds. Yeah, that wind is really blowing. It seems to have calmed down a bit now, might be in a bit of a lull. That is so warm, even with 3 candles burning. These heat bricks really hold that heating. Variable to touch at the moment, but after a while you won't be able to. Don't worry, I've got a backing plate there just to protect anything else from the heat in the van. And I did some videos with these. I think I've got it back here actually, somewhere. You know them log burner convection fans which just run off the heat. I don't think with 3 candles that's going to run it. It's not as hot as it needs, but once all them candles are lit, this thing runs and it blows out the heat. It's great. So we're testing that in the video with all the candles lit. That definitely works. Just put that back down there in a place where it's not going to fall down. With all the candles lit, I tried boiling this camping kettle, which has got a whistle on when it boils. I put it on for an hour. I thought I'd give it an hour. It didn't whistle, but it certainly got very hot. Still, I'm sure another 10 minutes it would have boiled, but an hour, and it definitely hot enough to make a coffee. And I was testing this in the kitchen of the house a couple of days ago before I brought it into the van, and I wonder what I could cook on this thing. I mean, camping, breakfast, toast, eggs, things like that. I haven't tried that yet, but I do like my risottos, them sort of things, and paella. So I put a pan full of frozen risotto onto this candle heater, and again give it an hour. After an hour the thing was cooked. It had big chunks of salmon in it and it was cooked perfectly. I'll show this video now, check this out. I've just cooked my salmon and prawn risotto on my candle heater. Heat bricks, metal cage, candles, risotto. It's took an hour, but it shows it can be done. So yeah, amazing what heat you can trap from candles, and basically it's powerless heat. Candles don't cost much. I do have power stations and heaters. People have recommended diesel heaters. I've had them before and I've had problems with them, with fumes and this, that and the other. I know you can set them up right and they were set up right, but I prefer the more natural. I mean, that is cosy, you can't say that isn't cosy, that is really cosy. If I can get the heat I need in this van and cook from anything like that, I will do, over diesel heaters and propane. And like I said, one of the good things about this is once you blow these candles out, this block stays so hot for hours, it really does. So you can blow them out, safe and sound, there's no naked flames in the van, and it's radiating heat for hours, it really is. So yeah, rabbited on, it's just a chat. Just a chat. And what I did do tonight, I'm not using the lights of this GoPro, it's too bright in my face to look at the camera. I'm using two lights I've got lit up in the van, I'm using them. So I don't know what footage will look afterwards, but there we go. Those, what I'm going to say, what I was going to do is go over to Kettlewell and stay on this little site that accommodates campervans. A foreigner has set out a bit of land and he was charging £3 a night or £18 for the week. It's a real good dark sky area. I thought that's great, I'll get this van over there, I'll stay there for a couple of nights for the weekend. And then I saw a YouTube video saying they were thinking of closing the place down, so I got over there, not in the van, me and my mum went over actually to find out, and got to the place where these camper vans could park up. I thought I'd use this stealth way of filming, put my phone in my pocket, because when you're talking to people sometimes they don't want a camera in their face, and yeah, it's true, it has been closed down. The authorities closed it down because apparently a lot of the locals, now this isn't interesting, a lot of the locals didn't really want people parking up in vans in the village, even though it was bringing a lot of revenue to the little cafes, the pubs, what are there, and the people who own the cafes, people who own the pubs were all for it, but it was bringing revenue there. Don't know why the locals thought this, and I know people travelling around in vans, maybe a bad reputation of leaving a mess. Well, I can tell you now, a lot of people, most people I know anyway who have vans, don't leave any mess. In fact, they go out with litter pickers in a bin bag cleaning the place up, and that is wrong, is that. But the authorities claimed that the residents of this place, Kettlewell, was complaining. Now there's a problem with that because most of the buildings in Kettlewell are now holiday lets, and there isn't any residents. There might be a few around in the little farms around there, but all the village, at least most of the village, are holiday lets. So that can't be the case. I think it's just a case of the authorities wanting to keep a tab on people, not wanting people to live like this. They want everyone with a number. They want everyone to pay the taxes, pay the council tax, pay the mortgage, the rent, keep the revenue coming in. Let's get real, guys. I think that is the case. That is why around the country, in the UK, a lot of these little camper van park-ups are being closed down because authorities want you guys paying, and paying, and then paying more tax, and then paying more tax, and then paying again. I think it's a disgrace. Myself, a lot of people choose this life in a van to cut down their costs and to get that freedom. And from what I've gathered from a lot of the comments on YouTube, I think this is the only country, or at least only one of the countries who have this attitude. People comment from America, from Canada, from Germany, from Russia, from Australia, from all around the world. And this is a free life, do what you want. Somebody commented from Canada saying anybody can travel around their van, they can stay wherever they want, they can do what they want. I think the only restriction was you can't stop and build yourself a home, like a log cabin, without permission. But vans, no problem. And in this country, there seem to be restriction and closing down every little area where a van could park up. Crazy. Anyway, I've had my rant because I think it's ridiculous. I think the system's ridiculous. I think the way they want everyone working until they're 70, it's going to be 80 soon, paying ridiculous prices for rent and mortgages, paying absolutely ridiculous prices for their energy and the water and the council tax, the rates and the food. They've got everybody stitched up because really most people don't have a choice. You know, I mean, everybody could move in a van, but how can you do that if you've got a big family? How can you do that if you don't like the idea of moving in a van and the outdoors and you really want to be in a house? A lot of people do, fair enough. They got everyone stitched up. That's lovely. That is really, I should have took the temperature really of the van. I'll show you now. Don't know whether you can read that. Let's have a look. 8.6, it's just moved up to 8.7 even though the outdoor temperature is dropping, so it is showing it is warm in the van. After this video I'll quickly show you that temperature on there and see how 3 candles in a van, see how that warms the van, see what happens. It may well get warm enough to run these convection fans after a while, but I won't be using them tonight. I'll just see what that does. Just chill. Anyway guys, that is a quick video in this big storm. The first winter weather, if you will. While I'm living in this van, it's supposed to get a lot colder next week. There is snow on the way up on these moorlands, so we'll be recording out and about, and in this van this thing is really keeping me warm. It's great. And we started, what was it, 8 point something degrees. Let's have a look. 14.5. That's comfortable, and that's in, what's this video, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour maybe, and it's drove the temperature of this van up by 6 degrees, and sure, another hour it will be up in the 20s. I'm positive of that. So anyway, you lot take care if you live in the UK in this weather. It is wild. This storm is wild. It is supposed to go a lot colder over the next week, which I love. The snow is coming, winter is coming. I love winter, I really do. Back out over them moorlands, sky watching. Hopefully we'll get some of these really cold clear nights, get these trail cams back out. Lovely guys. Life is what you make it, and I love doing stuff like this. So get out, take care if you do get out, and thanks for watching. And if I've slurred a bit in this video, I've had a few sun comforts and chilling out. I've had a difficult year. I've had a difficult 3 years, to be honest with you. It's been particularly difficult over the last month or two, so I deserve to chill out. I had a few summer comforts, and I'm parked up on the drive, so I'm legally allowed to do so. There's no problem there. Just want to chill out, and I thought I'd talk to you guys. Okay, let me know what you think in the comments. Speak soon.